يخرج لينقذ الموقف في الكرة الماضية مرة أخرى. الآن إلى الطرف الأيسر، استلام بالصدر، تعادل، جول. تويو برمان يعود ببنغلاديش نعم إلى نقطة الانطلاق بهذه المباراة. ضغطوا، حاولوا، اقتربوا، وهنا بهذه اللحظات سجل هدف التعديل. عاد ببنغلاديش ما بين القدمين، مرت وصلت إلى المرمى، نعم قد دخلت، وعن التعادل قد أعلنت، وبالتالي هذه الكرة المباراة. وهنا
if Seychelles actually can commit a bit more men forward, I think they can break this Bangladesh line, because Bangladesh playing with a very high line up there, and goal for Bangladesh out of nowhere. That's a great goal for Bangladesh, and it's Ibrahim scoring the goal for Bangladesh. Mohammad Ibrahim, nice strike onto the left corner. I think keeper had no chance because he had put plenty of venom into the shot. Very disappointing defense from Seychelles, but still look at that shot. That was just whizzing past the keeper. And the Seychelles keeper, 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭, had no chance. Ibrahim Mohammad scoring the goal for Bangladesh. It's 1-0 Bangladesh against Seychelles in the 16th minute. Again, two men at the back, and their wing backs nowhere to be seen.
Again, a little theatric, but rightfully a penalty. And as you're talking, as we said, again, talking about Maldives, so it will equalize, and now Bangladesh have a golden opportunity in the form of a set piece, in the form of a penalty kick. And who will be the man? It will be 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭 himself, the joint leading goal scorer in the current Bangladesh squad with 5 goals. And he can convert this. Not only does it put him as the leading goal scorer, it puts Bangladesh 2-1 against Maldives and gives them the first win of the Prime Minister 𝐓𝐵𝐺𝐻𝐫 and gives them 53 points. As you see that replay again, a penalty, clear as day, whether there's VAR.
To be honest, because he played the ball right at the moment where the keeper came charging at him.
It was brilliantly done by Jewel Rana, and now 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭 against 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐬𝐿. And the goalkeeper has also received a yellow card for his troubles in conceding a penalty. 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭, the Bangladesh heads against Maldives in the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Trophy at the Racecourse Stadium. Pereira blows his whistle. 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭 started run up, and it's 2-1 to Bangladesh.
Totally against Bangladesh leading this game 2-1. Maldives are shell-shocked here. Can Maldives now come back into this game? Can they get a goal? That's a big question. Time is running off. Bangladesh now on top.
Absolutely brilliant penalty by 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭. Regulation time, as you see a replay, right into the top corner, send the goalkeeper the wrong way. Regulation time, as you see a replay, right into the top corner, send the goalkeeper the wrong way. And Bangladesh stops it out of the late drama. If Maldives cannot add a bit of their own, right into the regulation time, as you see a replay, right into the top corner, send the goalkeeper the wrong way. Regulation time, as you see a replay, right into the top corner, send the goalkeeper the wrong way. And Bangladesh stops it out of the late drama. If Maldives cannot add a bit of their own, 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭 has given Bangladesh the first win of the tournament and puts them on top of the table, like I said. Means the players.
But more 4 or 5 minutes.
Indeed, and they know it's possible. It happened against them to the very end, but they know it's possible. They are not going to give up. But Bangladesh now, they There are players telling them not to sit back, but they need to stay strong defensively, but they can't get complacent. We don't know how much added time there is going to be.
And we didn't have so much of stoppage time, so I guess we're going to get around 2-3 minutes. But you never know, because the play wasn't stopped for a long time, if I'm not wrong. So now Maldives.
It only takes a few seconds for
Maldives.
It only takes a few seconds for the score line to change.
A through ball. Ali Ashfaq waiting there.
But
Or you can see a player goes down. Saying he's injured.
typical cramps coming into play. Funny, Jana, how when a team takes the lead, in the end, it comes with a case of cramps for a lot of their players. That's football in the day. It's headed away of their players. That's football in the day. It's headed away.
But what happened to him? Not sure whether he collided with someone or he just went back. Anyway.
A case of those cramps, John.
Exactly.
Those typical late minute cramps. That's Bangladesh now once again.
All trying to twist and turn there. Brought down. Maldives desperate to get a goal. And that's 5 minutes.
For Maldives to do something, but at the same time I was about to say Maldives cannot just throw everything forward and let Bangladesh just add a third on the counter-attack, because
Rightly said, Rahul. And also Maldives have, they shouldn't panic here, because nothing's going to happen if they panic. So they have to maintain their composure. They have to get a goal back if they can. Maldives again with the ball. Now through the left side. Looking for options here. Slowly but steadily. Ball progression happening. A very good, nice ball that. Through the center field. Ball. But ball couldn't be kept in. Goes out for a goal kick for Bangladesh. Anishur Rahman with the ball. Ball with Bangladesh. Anishur coming forward. Clearing the ball as far as he can. Ball with Maldives now. Maldives going forward, motoring through the right side. Nicely done that. Ball still retained by Maldives, but now going for Bangladesh. Now ball with Maldives again. But can Maldives do better? Is there another twist in the tail? Bangladesh now going on the counter. There is lots of space on the right side.
Oof.
Maldives going for a quick throw. Time's running out. Maldives desperate to get a goal back. But crazier things have happened in football. And even Sri Lanka got their last equalizer. The last match very late, almost the last kick of the game. Ball put out by Bangladesh. Long throw running in, throws right into the box, but cleared away by Bangladesh. Now Bangladesh. She's the leading goal scorer in the tournament.
Absolutely, with 4 goals. Don't know if anyone is going to catch that, but 4 goals. But 4 goals for him. Again, I think Bangladesh might try to man mark him as well, but then the likes of 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐬𝐿𝐴 very experienced, and then we have Mohammad Fazal on the bench, who Bangladesh will know very well. He has scored some great goals against them. So a lot of key players, and of course Dylan De Silva waiting to come on from the bench.
Yes, I think the case of 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐬𝐭 is actually a good one, because in the first match he played but then didn't have the impact that was needed. In the second game he was quite good.
Absolutely, because that's the main thing I think that happened in the second game, was that he came off from the bench with fresh legs, via the Seychelles defense were maybe a little bit tired, but we also saw that in the first half there was not much attacking chances, because when 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐬𝐭 is on the field with his pace and his skills, he creates chances, he gets into dangerous areas. So hopefully that's why Sri Lanka have brought him back into the 11, because they took a gamble starting 𝐼𝐧𝐿𝐴 ahead of him. It didn't quite pay off against Seychelles, so I think they've gone back to 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭, and let's see what impact that has. And of course we have the likes of Hamilton as well, who need to play a key role with the experience he possesses.
Yeah, I think he was quite good. You know, he was the first mode of attack, and also he was the first wall of defense for Sri Lanka. And also talking about Bangladesh, those two centre backs, they were quite good. One of them was Burman and the other was Batra. I think especially more than defense, their ball progression and also the ball feeding was quite good for Bangladesh.
Absolutely, there are two defenders who have played together for a long time, so you know what they say, when it comes to a centre-back partnership, it's important that they do have a connection, and that's a very strong connection Bangladesh have.
Okay, we've talked a lot, and now it's all action. You can see the players making onto the field, and they are just making their way onto the field, and also the referee. We hope you have a very interesting match. We also hope the same. Good luck to both teams. Thank you.
Absolutely, let's hope for a cracking game. Bangladesh in front of a crowded racecourse stadium as the Sri Lankan team make their way onto the field. It's pretty simple. Sri Lanka in a must-win situation to go through to the grand final. Bangladesh needing just a draw or a win. They will take either. But for Sri Lanka, it's do or die in front of their home crowd. My name is Rahul Madurave. I'm joined in the commentary box by Jana. Welcome, Jana.
Good evening, Rahul. Good evening, everyone. Nice to join you all in this exciting match. Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. As Rahul told, Sri Lanka playing in home, and also they aren't in a position at the moment, looks like qualifying, but when the match ends, you never know who's going to qualify to the finals and going to play Seychelles in the finals. So again, the other description would be Bangladesh, even though now they are at the top, they'll have more pressure as well, because to keep their position, Sri Lanka has nothing to lose. Sri Lanka just have to win. Meanwhile, Bangladesh, you know, sometimes is a draw enough, is a win enough. There are some doubts. So those type of doubts aren't with Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka can just go and play their home game.
Absolutely, Sri Lanka need to just go for it as we get ready for the national anthems. It will be Bangladesh first, followed by Sri Lanka.
Lanka.
That's the end of the two national anthems. And now go through the routine team practices, the pre-match photo and the team huddles. And Sri Lanka playing in their white kit, Bangladesh in their traditional red. So we take a look at the lineup. Sri Lanka first, goalkeeper, captain Sujan Pereira, Harsha Fernando, Dr. Puslas, Saita Ratnayaka, Kavindu Ishan returning to the 11, Asikur Rahman, Chalna Chamira, Wasim Razik, Marvin Hamilton, Ahmed Jasni, and Sasanga Dilhara coming into the starting 11, while Dylan De Silva, a strong call to drop him into the bench for this game. But young Sasang Dilhara, a lot of expectations on his young shoulders, but let's see how the young lad deals with it. That's the routine pre-match toss.
And there you see also the Bangladesh lineup. That is MD Rahmat Mia, Topu Baman, the captain, Jamal Buyan, Suman Reza, Shushanta Tripura, Anishu Rahman. There you go. Anishu Rahman, the goalkeeper. MD Suman Reza, Mohammad Ibrahim, MD Tutul Hussein Badsha, Atikur Rahman Fahad, MD Rudoy, and also Rakib Hussein making the 11. So everyone's interested for this game back here in Sri Lanka and also back home for Bangladeshi supporters. So it's a do or die almost. It is, in fact, for Sri Lanka.
Absolutely, and Sri Lanka nothing to lose. And it will be in front of their home crowd.
And today's referee, Mohammad Al-Shamari from Qatar, and also his assistants Majid Al-Shamari and Faisal Eid. The fourth official, Abdul Hadi Al-Rawli.
Let's see what 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐬𝐿 has been able to do as we see the teams Sri Lanka with their final huddle.
Remember, Dylan is on the bench, so in case Sri Lankan fans looking for Dylan, he might come later on in the game to make an impact.
A strong call by 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐬, but will it pay off? That's the question, as it looks like it's Bangladesh who will kick us off in this game.
And that's the kickoff. Sri Lanka already going for the long ball on the left side.
𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐬 putting across in hurry. Sasanka Dilhara, and early involvement for the 22-year-old Sasanka. And 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐬 watching on. But early signs of attacking intent. Sri Lanka going for it.
Yes, Anishur Rahman, the Bangladeshi goalkeeper, looking to launch the ball into the night sky of Colombo. Off he goes. Received by one of the Bangladeshis, but ball goes back and forth for both teams. Ball still with Bangladesh. Nice interception that by Sri Lanka, but ball now again with Bangladesh.
Good work there. He was under heavy pressure, but somehow managed to get it back to his defender.
Marvin Hamilton.
Free kick conceded and taken. Arthur Fernando goes for the long ball to link up with 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐬. Wins a throw in high up the field for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, sometimes plays with flair. We think that a touch too much sometimes.
Absolutely, and already long throw in by Arthur Fernando is being readied up. That shows the attacking intent early on, which is good to see. And a lot of players inside the box.
Yes, Sri Lanka committing movement into the box. Oh, there it goes. And the first save for Anishur Rahman.
That's a shot on target for Sri Lanka. Good signs early on. Long throw and a successful header by 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐬, but couldn't get much power behind it. But again, strong signs early on by the Golden Army, but now Bangladesh looking to respond.
Jamal Bhuyan progressing the ball through the left side, tries to put it across, says it's a handball, but referee says nothing doing. Duxon again, as ever present in the back line of Sri Lanka. Duxon pushless.
Samud Dilshan also has dropped onto the bench, by the way, something we didn't mention too much, but see a replay. Duxon doing what Duxon does, making those blocks as Ramat Mia readying for a throw-in of his own. Looks like he's also going to go for a long throw.
It's quite an impressive throw there. Goes towards the keeper. Sujan Pereira keeps the ball out.
So 2 long throws for both teams, 2 headers on target and 2 saves by both goalkeepers. So attacking signs from both teams in the first 3 minutes alone.
Yes, rightly said. And also, Chamod Dilshan, a very tall player, can use him for headers. But today maybe the tactics have changed for the Sri Lankan coach.
Absolutely. He didn't make much of an impact in the last few games. As now 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐢𝐬𝐬 once again. He gets past one, goes for the long range shot.
Oh, that was hit with so much of venom.
Absolutely ricocheted off the defender, but no foul and no handball as throw-in going Bangladesh's way now. And you can see the Sri Lankan bench telling their players to keep it up because strong attacking signs at this early stage by the Sri Lankans. And Bangladesh are having to do a lot more defending than they would have expected in these early stages. I'm sure as a throw-in now, headed away by Chaitra Ratnayaka, but ball back with Bangladesh.
Nicely done by Bangladesh, but ball just snatched by Sri Lanka. And play goes down for Sri Lanka. In fact, for Bangladesh, I should say. You see, going for the ball, challenge coming from the back. Oh, 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 breaks in.
He has Wasim in the box. He didn't go for him. Oh, vital block. A vital block, and that was the young 𝐍𝐚𝐭𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 once again. And already in the first 5 minutes, this youngster is showing why he was chosen to start in this game. 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 broke in, and 𝐍𝐚𝐭𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 took it first time, but a crucial intervention by Ramat Mia. And Bangladesh lived to keep fighting. But
this is what happened in the first match as well. I think Sri Lanka started off in a very good position with lots of momentum.
I don't remember them starting off with this much attacking intent, because they've already had 2 shots on goal in the first 5 minutes, and it looks like they're going to keep knocking on Bangladesh's door, and they do need to keep up the momentum. They can't drop off now because they need that early goal. But that was a crucial intervention by Ramat Mia, because if not for that, surely 𝐍𝐴𝐭𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 would have broken the deadlock.
Yes, Rahul, and that's what you have to do as a good forward, get into right position, getting into right position at the right time. So that's what 𝐍𝐴𝐭𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 did there. Other thing is, 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 looks very good today through the left flank of Sri Lanka, just cutting across. There you go again.
Oh, that was a good attempt, but just couldn't keep it under control. But we see the threat of 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫. I think he's showing 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐻 why he should be in the starting 11. But these are really good signs if you're a Sri Lankan fan and if you're a Bangladeshi fan. Early stages, but they need to get back into the game. They can't let Sri Lanka grow on them too much. If not, if the chances keep coming, Sri Lanka are not a team that are going to keep missing. Yes, long kick now. Danger. Cleared but dangerously, and in the end Sujan Pereira came off and caught the ball. And Marvin Hamilton playing extremely deep today.
Yes, I think Marvin Hamilton is a very versatile player, and if he can afford to go front and back, then I think I take it all day, because such a versatile player. And now can Sri Lanka put in a good cross here? They get a corner.
Chaitra Ratnayaka, I think he should have tried to go for the cross a little bit early, but he held on to it a little too long, and in the end fortunate that the tackle came at the expense of a corner.
Rightly said, Rahul. I think that's what I told in the opening stages as well. Sometimes a touch too much. Sometimes, you know, when you get the ball, try to pass it in the first instance.
Absolutely, when the chance is there, you need to take it. As Samir readies up the corner kick.
A good corner, by the way, but just getting the head of Bangladesh. And now 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 in another position. Yes, of course, he's not blessed with a great height, I'd say, but he's blessed with pace, though.
Absolutely, and it's that pace that he keeps utilizing. As once again another corner for Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka keep knocking on the door. They are missing the height of Chamod Dilshan, but they've had 2 chances on goal. And what can be done on this occasion? It will be 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐭𝐞𝐫 to take the corner kick. He whips it in. Wasim went to it, but defender got there first. And now Bangladesh, can they launch a counter-attack?
Oh, nicely done, but still, and he was left all alone there.
Once again, it's ducks and puzzlers putting an end to any sort of attacking intent that Bangladesh have, and now Sujan Pereira.
Yes, always the ever-present defender of Sri Lanka. Whenever you break the lines, you find one man staying in front of Sujan Pereira, and it's Duxon. That's how it has been.
But yes, the clearance attempt by Bangladesh. not done clearly, and a risky pass by the Bangladesh goalkeeper, but works out in the end. But a throw-in for Sri Lanka now. Anisu Rahman there. He tried to just pass it down the field, but it went almost straight to a Sri Lankan player. 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐿𝐬𝐿 Ratnayaka now. Throw-in to Marvin Hamilton.
Jackson. And in the pre-match show, we were talking about how the diagonal balls of Bangladesh was a huge threat, and suddenly the diagonal balls of Sri Lankan centre-backs have become a threat as well.
Absolutely. I was trying to figure out which formation Sri Lanka seemed to be playing, and it seems to be 5 at the back, or 3 at the back when attacking and 5 at the back when defending, because it looks like Marvin Hamilton is playing one of the 3 at the back defenders, while Harsha Fernando and 𝐼𝐧𝐻𝐿𝐬𝐿 Ratnayaka are playing the wing-back roles in this game. So it seems a little bit attacking when Sri Lanka go forward, but at the same time they have the defense set up as well in case of any counter-attack. So a good formation, John?
I think that's a very good formation, because mostly used in the modern football. I think it's becoming the formation to go, with the wing backs especially coming into play. Sometimes when you can't bypass the centre backs, all you can do when you have good wing backs, you can put in that crosses and get beyond the centre backs. I think that's a very good formation, but again, you have to get your crosses right. And also, yes.
We've seen Harsha Fernando as a wing back. He has done well, but 𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐬𝐿 Ratnayaka, we are still yet to see anything much from him. But let's see what he can do in this match, as we see a foul won by Sri Lanka, much to the disbelief of the Maldivian bench, Bangladesh bench.
I think this is unnecessary. There you see.
𝐼𝐻𝐿𝐬𝐿 Ratnayaka did well to get between the ball and the player, and the contact was eventually going to come, and he went down when it did.
Yes, that was number 2 of Bangladesh, Rakib Hussain. There you see Sasanga pressing the defenders and the goalkeeper as well. Anishur, again, a very good kick. Footless there. Acrobatic save.
Referee waving play on. Sri Lanka need to keep up their attacking intent. They can't let Bangladesh grow into this game, because if they do, it could smell trouble, because all Bangladesh need is a draw, whereas Sri Lanka need to go for the win. So they need to get that first goal, and they need to get it as early as possible to put the pressure on Bangladesh.
Play still down for Bangladesh here. And also good sportsmanship there from Sri Lanka. They won the attack. They were almost into the final third in Bangladesh's field. But again, they acknowledged the player who was down. And he was Ibrahim, the forward of Bangladesh. Went for the ball, but still, I think...
Crunching tackle, but
yes,
referee had a perfect view of it, and he said play on. But it doesn't make that any less painful for the player. But fortunately, he's up and about again. Now it will be Bangladesh who have the throw-in. Usually what happens in these situations is they give possession back to the other team. And indeed, sportsmanship continues. Ball right back to Sujan Pereira.
Hamilton on the wall. There you see the Bangladesh forward trying to press, but they'll go for long. But I think maybe he could have gone for other options there.
Hamilton had the right intentions, but much too much power on that kick in no man's land, and Anisu Rahman had to do nothing but watch it roll out for a goal kick. Sri Lanka need to keep getting into the right areas. He need to keep threatening the Bangladesh defense, because if they stop and they let Bangladesh grow in confidence, it's going to smell trouble as a throw in Sri Lanka's way.
For the throw in, and goes for the throw. That was Again from Bangladesh.
I think one of those no-nonsense times, not taking any risks. As we see now, 𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐿𝐻. He tries to find Sasanka Dilhara, and another throw into Sri Lanka up the field. Rakib Hussain. As we see the Sri Lankan bench very busy, doling out instructions and tactics.
Ball given straight to Bangladesh.
𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐿𝐻
Takes a deflection. It's going to be a throw-in for Bangladesh now.
𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻 giving the ball position away a little bit too cheaply there. But we'll wait and see. Ramat Mia, he's not happy. Headed out by 𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻 for another throw-in.
Bangladesh going for the throw, a very long one, but goes straight into a Sri Lankan head. Now Hamilton trying to shield the ball, does very well. Has he put the ball out? No, ball still in play, but falls very conveniently for a Bangladesh player.
Now over the top, but once again, no forwards in the area, and Sujan Pereira collects. That's the advantage of Marvin Hamilton. His strength and physique allows him to shield off players with the strength he has, and we saw it just there. As now Sri Lanka over the top ball to try and link up with 𝐿𝐻, but just a touch too powerful. And 𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻, you can see the stress and frustration on his face. Sri Lanka need to keep things under control here, because they can't let this get away from them. Looks like they're trying to play a front three with Wasim in the middle, with 𝐿𝐻 and Sasanka on either side. But
You can see, Rahul, that suddenly, just seeing a few patterns of the last game, Sri Lanka starting very well. The first 10-15 minutes, they looked very good. And then suddenly, as I say, they come back into an attacking mode. This is what I and most Sri Lankan...
Absolutely, because that's what I keep saying. They can't let Bangladesh grow into the game, because when they start off strong, they need to keep it up. They need to keep the pressure on the defense. But when they sit back a little bit, or when they let things cool down a little bit, it gives the opposition team a chance to get back into the game, which we may be seeing here.
Yes, rightly said.
You see head coach 𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻, not the happiest of people at the moment.
I think even after the four-goal comeback, still wasn't really the happiest person. I think that kind of mentality helps the team, because that is what we call the winning mentality. And
as we see some legends of the Sri Lankan game there, Sampath Pereira. Just now Sri Lanka going for another long ball. Raman came off his line to clear, and a late challenge, and rightfully a free kick. That was a very late challenge, Samir, as we see Sampath Pereira, the captain of the Sri Lankan team who won the SAF Championship in 1995. Hopefully the players can take some inspiration from his time. That's now a good 1-2 attempt, I was going to say, but Sasanka Dilhara just not enough power to link up with 𝐼𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻. And now it's Bangladesh.
just putting the ball out, I think the interception, getting a deflection, it will be a throw-in for Bangladesh again.
Ramat Mia there. Throw-in didn't work for Bangladesh, and now Sri Lanka back in possession.
𝐿𝐻 on the left. Harsha Fernando.
Needs to link up with a teammate, goes for it. He finds 𝐿𝐻. 𝐿𝐻 just couldn't stay on his feet.
I think he just got a cramp there. He was down on the field with a cramp.
Sri Lankan fans will be praying it's nothing serious as Jamal Bhuyan puts the ball out of play. Sri Lankan fans will have their hearts in their mouth. 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐧𝐢𝐬𝐭 has been one of the key players so far, and he's holding his leg in some discomfort. Could we see Dylan De Silva much earlier than we anticipated?
Maybe Rahul. Let's see how this, what type of injury or in fact suddenly pulls up.
I think he slipped, and when you slip like that, it's never a painless moment. As I said, Sri Lankan fans will be hoping that he can continue, because if he can't, it could already be a little bit of trouble for Sri Lanka.
You can see the officials giving out instructions.
Coach, technical coach Dudley Stainwall, as well as the rest of them. The Bangladesh players. Fahad there is trying to collect the thoughts of the players. Maybe reminding his teammates that they are the ones in the advantageous situation. See 𝐼𝐧𝐭𝐞𝐫 in the starting 11 for the second game running. The Bangladesh bench much more calm, I'd say, than the Sri Lankan one, all seated back and just watching the events unfold.
As I told Rahul, even though they might look calm now, and also they are in a winning position now, but they also have the fear of, being in a very good position and suddenly giving away.
Absolutely, as Sri Lanka currently playing with a man down, 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐧𝐢𝐬 receiving some treatment on the sidelines. So, a long ball now. Good work by Daxon, allowing Sujan to collect the ball.
Just guiding its way into Sujan. And Sujan goes for the long ball.
Good work by Chaira Ratnayaka. A poor attempted pass. Sees possession right back with Bangladesh. Now Bangladesh. A crucial intervention by Marvin Hamilton. Good work, and now the follow-up. Once again, not really connecting, but Sri Lanka high up the field, getting the ball. Sasanga Dilhara. Oh, that was a wasted chance indeed.
He had other options.
Asim Razik, I beg your pardon. That was, I think, that was a high up the field, getting the ball. Sasanga Dilhara. Sri Lanka, one of the best chances. That was, if he could have kept that on target, maybe it could have smelled trouble for Bangladesh. He did absolutely brilliantly to get past the defender.
Yeah, exactly. That was some very good dribbling he had to do to get past all of them, and then finally not able to keep the shot down. Ball just flying from the second that hit his leg.
If he can keep that up, they can keep the pressure on the Bangladesh defenders. As you see the replay, he did really well to get into that position. From a tight angle, it was always asking a bit much, but he couldn't keep it down on target. And in the end, it's a wasted chance, a reprieve for Bangladesh. But Sri Lanka need to keep up the attacking momentum, and they need to keep knocking on the door.
Yeah, rightly said, because Sri Lanka has, as